This guy's super stoked about Nepal. So, we didn't even introduce him. His name is Bundy. His name is also Robino. Roberino? Whatever. That's an awesome name. He's doing to go some Phara, do some Soldier, do some Reinhardt. Yeah. 2300 level game. I don't know what his skill level is. We're going to assume it's around that. So, let's think that we're going to watch a gold game. Also, as we just heard,
Nepal, yes!
oh, he likes Nepal. He's happy about this.
Zenpai.
Here we go. By the way, when I was talking earlier about if you have a Lucio, take the choke point. If you don't take the choke point. This was the map I was talking about. A Lucio, you'll get jammed in here if they have a Lucio and you don't. It's very dangerous. I like this route. 1, 2 there. Check your right, dude. All right, so that's just information stuff. If you shoot somewhere and they should be there and they're not there, shoot the other way, right away. Oh, he's going 1v1, and you got killed. All right, so right there, a couple things. I think he saw this Phara, and he's like, I have to kill the enemy Phara because I am a Phara, and therefore I have to kill her, right? Not the case, actually. Over here, you're way overextended. You can see the line of combat is like this, and you're here. So, it's only natural that you get shot like that.
Sucker's nice. Sucker's nice. I don't know. Ja, jeg klarer det.
Okay, he's...
Jeg klarer det.
I don't know what that means. Probably means... Oh, he's losing his shit. Calm down. We're gonna have to lower the volume because you're a little bit too wild for me. It seemed like he wanted his team to back up, and that's why he wasn't engaging. There's a Pharaoh right above him. So, if you want to know how I figured out there's a Pharaoh right above him, it's because I saw the rockets. Alright, the Pharaoh is still alive, isn't she? Well, I have to do something for my sanity. Sorry. Does that other person die? No, he's right there. There it is. There's the soldier. I knew it. I knew he let someone live. Okay, there he goes. He dies. Thank you. I thought there was a guy still behind him. Already we're seeing massive aggression out of him. Like, aggression to the point that he's willing to sacrifice himself. Just because you're above everyone doesn't mean... But that was a good... Alright, so... I don't know if he knows this or not, but you can hear and see the people up here, and he charged that way, which is really great. But already he's... Okay. Aggressive. That was an amazing launch. But right at the first part of the launch, we can actually learn a bit about this. We can see the line of combat is like this. He keeps dying past the line of established combat. Even though you're above someone, this line is essentially infinitely pointing upwards. While you can survive while you're up here, you're still going to take shots from all angles because you're so far deep. And because the line is constantly moving, you have to constantly be adjusting yourself. Matt says you should be prioritizing the healers and staying in the air. No. I mean, yes, but no. He needs to prioritize people that are near him. Already, this is okay. See, little aggressive when you're leading the charges of Phara and your team's not there. This is really good. It sucks that he wasn't like just a smidge higher and you could have got a couple kills from that. Get that Hanzo to your left. Hanzo's behind you now. There he is. Yeah, kill that Hanzo. There you are. It was a risk, he had to take it. That ricochet, that bounce on the right flank that he took to get to the mid was really good on his part. Man, someone's fucking pissed. See, now you can prioritize healers and do all that other good stuff. That works. Overwatch is intense. Maybe this is why, like, I always... There's a lot of comments saying, how do I stay so calm? How do I not tilt? How do I yada yada yada? I'm like, I'm not that special, guys. But man, if this is how everyone plays Overwatch... I understand if everyone's, like, completely insane all the time. Like, this is intense. Again, that was out of position. These are all positioning mistakes. Also, Booty Mage. What do you do when the chemist dies? Bury him. Aw. Also, you gave me 200 bits before. Just so, oh, never mind. You did that. Oh, I mentioned all that stuff. Sorry. I thought I saw some old notifications. Oh, he's German. I finally understood a word he said. Well, thanks for being from Germany and actually like finding me and asking for help. This is cool. I always wonder my reach of players around the globe. Am I learning new characters? No, I am reviewing. Alright, so he's off to Phara, onto Soldier, which Phara's not... The map's indoors, it does have a high ceiling, but it is relatively close, considering other maps in the game. Phara's okay here, but Soldier's definitely a beast. Also, with his aggression, I think Soldier would better suit him. But Phara, I can already tell you, if he never picks up Phara again, he was over aggressive with her. Help your fellow friend out. So this is good. This is good pushing. His accuracy's a little rough, but that's fine.
Please, folk.
I think he's just laying down the trigger hard because it's a Roadhog, instead of doing the 4-burst method. Yeah, Phara probably got the full health pack. It's just best not to engage her in that little small area. Oh, Hanzo. What the hell? I didn't hear a widow. Do I think Soldier's sole job is to kill the Pharaoh, or do you think everyone has to pitch in to bring her down? So people are learning this the hard way. Pharaoh's becoming more and more meta. People are understanding, hey, Pharaoh's a good hero. Even if there's hit scan in play. It should never be one person's job to target one other person in the game. That's all there is to it. There are very few characters in Overwatch that can actually focus people down. Diva is one of them. Other than that, there's not a lot of people that can actually like run in, kill one person, Winston, and then get out alive. Diva and Winston are like the only assassins in the game right now. Technically, Hog could do it, but it's funny that the tanks are the assassins. All the DPS characters have to, you know, risk a lot to get in. All right, they did really good this time. You gotta kill that Mercy. Get the Mercy. All right, good. Yeah, it is the job of everyone to pitch in to kill the Phara, but it doesn't mean people have to attack her directly. They just have to reinforce you in some way to allow you to kill her. Like, Ana was one of the best. I mean, she still is amazingly good at hurting Phara. If a good Ana gets a shot or two shots into a Phara, she's very, very vulnerable. And it's just bad practice to leave it up to your hit scan. Everyone should do their part. Now, I have the sound low because of his screaming, but I guarantee if his sound was up at all, he would have heard that Phara. Blaze Gamer, what's up? How you doing? Reaper, though? Reaper's not really an assassin. Reaper... Reaper's funny. It's tough to be an assassin when you scream whenever you use your abilities. Go. We'll see if this Pharaoh is still giving this team problems. Now they're running 3 tanks. They're running 3-2-1, and that can definitely deal with Pharaoh. They got the Hog Hook. They got Soldier. Reinhardt, Diva give a lot of space to the Soldier to do his job. And she's still alive. And they have a Zen. This is really anti-Pharaoh. It's anti-Pharaoh without being like full on like Widow just trying to solo her. Alright, it looks like this guy switched off of Reinhardt. Reinhardt went to 76. They're speaking German, so I can't understand them, but it's probably like, listen, I can shut down the Pharaoh Soldier, and he's like, alright, just do it. Looks like the Hog got the Pharaoh. So it looks like they're doing this Pharaoh a lot better. Again, it is still a team effort to take one person down, and Pharaoh is really strong. This is why I don't like thinking about meta stuff, because 3 months ago, Pharaoh was super weak, according to the meta. But nothing changed with her. Even if you say that Ana nerf really made her strong, it still didn't put her into the position she's at now. Pharaoh's always been strong. People just didn't think she was meta. Oh, sleep. He's still got a charge off, which is good for ult percentage. Yeah, that was a series of unfortunate events for him. For our old Reinhardt player here. Get him! Aw, D.Va ran him over. So I'm curious if he's going to play Reinhardt really aggressively as well. Because he was playing... He played Phara super aggressively. He played Soldier a bit aggressively. Let's see how his Reinhardt is. And this is why I like doing analysis. We can pull the thread from all his play and be like, look, you just have a mindset issue. It's not like you're better with specific heroes. He needs to get a charge and then a stun, but I think too many people are dead. Yep. And that's fine. If their team burns all the ults to take the point from 0%, it's a good trade for everyone to save their ults. Man, it always sounds like Germans are angry. Not to knock at Germans, but man, this guy, like, I know he's probably salty, but it sounds like he's really pissed. This is one of those times... He just needs to completely disengage from this situation right now. And get with his team. That was a free. That Phara is giving him trouble, though. Did the Phara get away? Did she concussive blast away? Wow. So that was quite aggressive. He actually missed everything on that Earth Shatter. But they got the win. Yeah, he's quite aggressive on Reinhardt as well. So we're seeing a bit of positional mistakes, a little bit of over-aggression with all his characters. Alright. This is actually good because of what I just told you. Notice, no Lucio, don't go for the choke point. What if two people submit the same game from their own perspective? I'll critique both of them. Remember, so this is why I don't critique hero picks. I don't critique team composition. I don't critique any of that stuff. What we're worrying about is this man and this man alone. However, how he works in this environment that is called Overwatch the game. If I was doing like a team analysis and we were looking at all the heroes, then yes, I would pick off hero by hero by hero by hero by hero. But I'm not. We're just worrying about this one guy. Hold on, I just want to check something. Oh. Okay. Nothing he could have done. They were shredding his shield. Alright, they got wiped. If you can't position well, worry about how you gather information. Oh, man. Oh, that was as good as you can get, man.
Aiming's overrated.
So, good, lucky, whatever you have it charge. Still not using his... I mean, he's using his shield. He got picked by the Roadhog, got revived. He's still leading the charge, which is good, but he's leading hella hard. Oh, Bastion. Surprise. But this is one of those you should look both ways before you cross the street moments. Listen to your mother, guys. It's always really important to look both ways. Can Reinhardt charge a tire? I've never seen it. I'm not going to say it's not possible, but I've never seen it done. Oh, shit. Sometimes you take that chance, you have to. But man, that was risky. It worked out. I actually think that's his friend that's talking. They're talking on Discord. Because their friend just dodged a hook, and that's the guy that was a little bit screamy. Alright. Missed it. Mercy just gets away. Taking pot shots on him. Alright, this is actually going really well. They committed all on point. I didn't realize how beautiful of a surround his team had. That was really good. And in those types of plays, there's not much he can do. He can try to charge out of it and get something, but he burned his charge early. And it's tough to say, hey, save your charge for a Zarya ult. You can feel it when it's coming, but sometimes getting the kill before it even happens would have been the right decision. So he's playing a bit better now. He's playing a little bit more defensive. It's... Reinhardt's life is tough, right? He puts up a shield to get destroyed. And he's going up against... I think it was like a Bastion Junkrat. Like, that shield is toast. I really feel bad for people now that I play against... me and Bastion go up against a Reinhardt. I knew they wouldn't have a shield because of how much damage we did, but I didn't realize it was this bad. Like, this guy's like... He's at below 500 health on his shield almost all the time, that last round. What do I recommend to record your games? I've tried using OBS, but the FPS is terrible. I'm not sure. I know OBS. I know... there's a couple other recording programs out there, but I'm sure you can find them. Being very defensive right now. Alright, he got him. That was really questionable. That was a really rough point, but he made it. He was chasing some mobile characters, but sometimes you have to put pressure on them. So I guess his position's fine. It's his team that's moving really far up. That's perfect. Ah. That works. That works. What a position. He has 80 health. You just have to slowly back up and hopefully someone heals you. Or someone kills the diva. As soon as the shield dropped, he would have died.
It's not like I give 15 die elims. Faen, nice jeg carry hele teamet for faen. Vet det. Si det igjen. En gang til. Åh.
This is, I think this is correct positioning for a Reinhardt. I mean, you may want to be a little bit higher, or a little bit more pushed up. It's okay, though. He needs to save this ult for the Genji. Perfect. That was the exact thing this Reinhardt needed. He's doing very, very good decision making. You can't shield it. I mean, they pull it back for the reverse sweep. So that was a good game. That was actually close. I understand why that guy's hyped as hell about that. It was a close one. What did the comments say? Rebel scum. Good. Thank you, YouTube comments. Look at YouTube comments. Man. Zen watched him die. I mean, the Zen could have healed them, but you know, Zens are fucked up people, right? They like to watch people die. So what? We had 3 classes. We had Phara, we had Soldier, we had Rein. So we'll just his
timing's overrated.
I'll just say his accuracy was mediocre. It wasn't. It was 0. It wasn't a negative. It wasn't positive. It was okay. The Reinhardt, he lost target a lot when swinging the hammer, like when he was trying to hit that Genji a couple times. That Mercy as well. He was losing his tracking. Soldier, he was not burst firing, so it made his accuracy a little bit bad. But at the same time, his accuracy is a little bit lower. So he needs to work on that. He's definitely where he's at. He's at his rank where he should be with his accuracy. The Phara shots were decent. But, yeah, they're decent. His accuracy was good. His positioning is what we need to look at. This is where it was all coming down. Very aggressive. Very aggressive. He was pushed. He was often behind the enemy ranks. On Phara, most of the time. His positioning as Soldier was, it was far up. It was far up. It was okay relative to the tanks, but I still think he died a couple times quite far up. His Reinhardt, he was actually against a tough Reinhardt matchup. Hog, Bastion, I think they threw in a Junkrat a couple times. His shield was getting eaten quick. So I understand that if you don't have a shield when you got his Rein, you have to be a little bit aggressive. But a lot of charges were, I don't want to say they were warranted, but they were not warranted. Yeah, it was tough. But he was very aggressive. A lot of the time, he was getting shot from multiple angles. At least, like, he was vulnerable for, like, 180 degrees. Normally, you want to try to keep things, like, in a 90-degree angle. Like, here you are. You want to just keep everything in front of you that's a threat. But he was getting hit from the flanks to the sides. When he was Phara, it was like a 360. He was fully surrounded as Phara. He was getting hit around everything. For logistics, for his decision-making, I think his decision-making was fine. Outside of the aggression part. If we talk about skill usage, he was actually really good on Phara. His maneuverability on Phara was quite impressive, actually, for 2,800. I was quite happy about that. The Phara logistics was quite well. It was good. Soldier, he played that only for what, a round? It's hard to get anything. I almost don't want to talk about Soldier because he only played it for a round or two. It was hard to get a lot of good information out of that. Reinhardt, he was shielding where he could have. I'm not going to say he couldn't have made better plays, but it's 2,800. He was making good plays for his skill level. His shield usage was good. His charges, most of them were good. I mean, that one soldier one was pretty good. I mean, that was pretty much the perfect charge, right? You throw someone off the edge, you stay on. I like his decision making on Reinhardt. He saved it for the Genji. That was fucking toast. Oh, he was gold, not plat. That's right. Sorry. Actually, yeah. I mean, he was actually for gold. He was doing quite well. I don't think that was him screaming all the time. I was gonna say something about his mentality, but I think that was his friend flipping off. Like, that was his friend screaming. So, I don't know if he shares with the sentiments of his friend, but definitely be a little bit calmer. But I didn't know if he was talking or not. It was tough. Information level, he was doing everything quite well. I'm trying to think. I'm just pondering about everything he did. Soldier, he switched off halfway through that one round. That's when he picked up Rein. He played Rein for 2.5. He played Phara for 1. He played Soldier for 1.5. That adds up to 5. Yes. I didn't see any gross informational mistakes. I mean, one of them would be knowing where your team is at. We'll just say knowing ally position. And this will help with the aggressiveness. So he was very aggressive, and being aggressive is okay. It's not bad to be aggressive. In fact, I actually encourage it. The problem is when your aggression isn't educated, you start. What happened with him is when he was over here, the team was his enemy team was right here, right? And you're like, oh, good, he's like in there, but no, like all the team was looking at him, and he just got crushed. He was often there. He was too aggressive. He didn't know where his team was. And if you know where your team is at, then you know where you should be positioned relative to where everyone else is. Because good positioning is based on your team, not the enemy team. Well, it's based on both, actually. As a tank, I mean, your team should be positioned around you. As a Phara, your position will be dictated by the enemy. As a flank, I would say as a flanker, your position is dictated by the enemy. As a tank, you're kind of the boss of positioning. But it should definitely be with your team, because tanks enhance their teammates, right? They're good at holding ground. That makes their life, at least Reinhardt, he's really good at damage mitigation, which you need teammates for, right? Damage mitigating yourself doesn't do much. Soldier play? I really need to look at his soldier play again. This play was fine. Now, does he go up alone on the left? Alright, his team leads. This is good. The problem is he doesn't have a really good tank, so he's quite vulnerable here. Eats a rocket. I think he's just... he's doing the best he can without a really good tank. Hog, like, yes, he he classifies as a tank, but he's really shit at damage mitigation. In fact, he doesn't do damage mitigation at all. He controls small area through fear. There's Reinhardt. This positioning is actually quite well. Moves up. This is all fine. This isn't aggressive. This is where he should be. And maybe we could say something about his target priority, but he's trying to hit the easiest target, which is the hog, the big fat man. Yeah, he actually plays... His soldier positioning is actually quite a bit better than his Phara. It's just his accuracy is lacking, that's all. He lacks that oomph.
Aiming's overrated.
He's kind of jammed in there by a Roadhog ult. Dies again. How do you get better at aim when you main non-aim heroes like Winston or Symmetra? You have to make the switch. If you think you're gonna get better at aiming by not aiming, then you're wrong. The only way to get better at something is to do it. That's it. That's all there is to it. There's no better piece of advice I can ever give you. If you get better, you can get better accuracy by changing your mouse sensitivity, by getting a new mouse, by watching pro players. I'm sure it helps, maybe a little bit, but the best way to get better, do it. Practice. I don't care how you practice. I don't care if you use it on bots. I don't care if you do it on other players. Use quick play or competitive mode. Just play more. So here's a funny thing. Like, him and the Hog are actually out of position right now. How do we know this? Enemy, enemy, enemy. Is that... I can't even tell what that is. Enemy. Here's, like, the defensive line. Him and the Hog were way back here. Essentially, his team got killed, and he was out of position. But that's what happens. The other team had a really good job. They went through this way, and they cleared up everything, so they got around him. It's not his fault. Yeah, his team was not there. Well, his team was dead. I shouldn't say not there, except gives an implication like his team is being terrible or throwing. But no, he needs to work on accuracy. At least his soldier. I like his Phara. It looks like... And people are making this really big distinction right now, and it's weird. They're like, oh, are you a projectile aimer, or are you a hit scan player? That's such a weird... It's just weird. But in that weird universe, maybe you're a projectile player and not a hit scanner. Movement was fine. I think your movement really cleaned up when you were not Phara. Just watch Phara. I don't even know how to say that. Phara aggression. And that falls down to positioning as well. Positioning on Soldier and Reinhardt were good. On Phara was bad. Logistically, your decision making on all three classes I think were fine. I mean, your over-aggression, I would consider a decision-making issue that led to a positional issue. But your Phara information, technically because you're so aggressive, you would actually see where everyone is at. Was well. That's the one thing about aggression. Being so far forward, you will get more information. His information as Soldier on Reinhardt. His Soldier was okay. Decision making was okay on... Actually, his decision making on Soldier was good. And Reinhardt. In fact, I think he did Pharaoh was actually his worst showing. Soldier wasn't that. It was an okay showing, but he really did shine better as a Reinhardt. Yeah, and that's what I'll say on that one. It was actually it's tough. If I had him to work on anything, I think he had an inclination of being aggressive overall. Even on Soldier, I think he wanted to be aggressive, but the lack of a tank stopped him from doing that. It was a bit of controlled aggression, which is good, but I think he still wanted to be aggressive. His Reinhardt, he charged a lot. He had to charge a lot. He had to play aggressive, but it was still aggressive. And his Pharaoh was just overly aggressive. That's why he died so much. So it actually toned back the aggression. He's only a gold player, so accuracy and this stuff will come in time.
Timing's overrated.
But yeah, be a little bit more defensive. Be a little bit more back. Actually, a lot of the classes you played were long range. Phara I'd consider long range. Soldier I'd consider medium to long range. I wouldn't consider Reinhardt long range, but I would definitely consider him a character that can sit back and do his job, right? That's actually his job, is to sit back and keep his team safe. So work on a little bit of, switch your mind to a little bit more defensive. And see what you get from there. When you get to that point, I think you'll start learning a lot more about the game. Aggression works, when games first come out, aggression usually works really well until people figure out how to deal with it. And in Overwatch, that can happen really quickly because tanks are naturally better at dealing with aggression than other characters. So if you run into a poor matchup that you can't be aggressive on, you'll start getting stomped. And you'll be wondering what you can do. The truth is you can be defensive. You can sit back and work it that way. Being so far forward, he loses information on his team. That is true, but you gain a lot of information about their team. Right. If you're in combat more, you get the most information about the enemy team. And technically, through comms, you should know where your team is at. Also, if they're following some sort of plan. So it's a give and take. Technically, it's a wash. It goes 0. It's 0-0. Gohan, positioning is it's based on time. And time is a thing I can't teach you, that you have to learn yourself. Timing is huge. So when that soldier got flanked, when his team got killed and he was just the last one left, I wouldn't say he's out of position. Like, technically, from a static, like, if you took a picture of the map, you're like, yeah, he's out of position. What's this guy doing out here? And then as soon as you look at it in real time, you're like, oh, his team got killed and he was just the last one to die. Within a freeze frame, yes, he's out of position, but you're only looking at 1 second of combat. You're not looking at the whole picture. So positioning and time are related directly. Yeah, contact is definitely required. You're right, Booty Mage. Do I need to start looking around a lot? Because during fights, I can't see all these people moving. You need to look around a lot, but you just need to get a general flow of a feel of the flow of the battle. Like, you don't need to know this guy's here, this guy's here, this guy's here, and this guy's here. Just know, like, all right, I got 3 guys to my flank, and they're covering me. I don't have to keep constant sight on them because I'm going to assume they're going to do what's best for the team, right? And I know it's competitive mode. I know you can't control their actions, and I know people won't do what's best for the team, but you got to assume that. Matchu, how do I... Okay, that's a really hard question. How do you get better at game sense? And DJ, I see, but I can't put you to the top of the list right now, DJ. So, Matchu says, how do I work on game sense? Because I talk about a game sense more than aim, and yes, I consider game sense to be the most important thing in the game because game sense is information. And that will lead you to make better choices to get to a better position so that your ease of action is like you need the least amount of skill and accuracy if your position is that superior. Right? If I'm in such a position that you cannot dodge me, then it doesn't matter how good or bad I am at accuracy, I can always hit you. That's what you're looking for. But I will be releasing a video on that eventually. Color Bastion wants me to review one of his videos, and I'm going to turn into a big one about game sense. So I will talk about it more then. It's difficult. Game sense actually can't be taught. You have to play the game more, and it starts as mechanical, and it turns to organic. Because at first you gotta, it's how you process information and how quickly you can do it. If I'm not a one trick, is there an amount of heroes you should be good at? Like, should you try to be good as a healer, a tank, and a DPS? It's not a bad... Like, you're just expanding your skill set, which isn't a bad thing. If you play more heroes, you learn more about the game. At least, if you do that, it's easier to learn about the game. The problem is that people, when you play multiple heroes, you learn more about the game. Most people learn more about the game at this sense. The action level. What I care about is this. This and below. Which is general Overwatch skill. So you can learn that as a one trick. But a lot of people focus on skills and action. Skill and accuracy. And they think it's all about action. In fact, it's not a bad theory. Like, it's not a bad idea. A lot of people just think it's all about accuracy, right? They put... It's just about accuracy here. They all think it's about killing people and doing that, point and clicking. I would say it's not about this at all, but you will find a lot of DPS players in top 500 that would say it's all about accuracy. But that's it. We can start the next one.